there we are. We are live on. We're going live. Let's see it turn green. It's turning green. Hey guys, how you doing? It's your man Tim Black as always. This is Monday. This is No Sellouts, and here is H.A. Goodman. What's up, H.A. Goodman?
Tim Black, how are you?
And I'm great, man. How you doing, brother?
You know what I call No Sellouts?
What's that?
I call it my therapy session.
Ah, yes, it is. I agree with you, brother.
Just to get all this craziness out and talk about it, and it's just so much going on.
Well, you know what? Let me make one brief announcement before you start, H.A. Goodman, if you don't mind, brother.
Please.
I have installed Super Chat. Now, Super Chat is in the chat room, and if you guys want to leave a message for H.A. Goodman or Tim Black, you can do that. It's a button. It's a $sign. You make $1 donation or $2 or whatever you got, and it'll put your comment up top. This is a new YouTube thing, H.A. Goodman. If you do live streams, you can use it too, man. It's a new deal. So give it up for that, and give it up for any of the Wolf Pack who decide, hey, let me holler at H.A. and Tim Black. Give it up for that.
Awesome.
H.A., man, a lot, man. I want to ask you just to get it started, brother.
Right.
I'm reading up on Michael Flynn, right?
Okay.
And the Russia thing. And
okay.
Could you put some context around this Michael Flynn crap, man? I'm trying to figure it out.
Can I use some profanity? One word.
Please, yeah, go ahead, man.
All right. First of all, before I explain exactly about General Flynn, Trump, he's obviously all over the place, right? His executive orders the travel ban got struck down. I don't agree with the wall. I don't want him to deport more people than President Obama. I did not vote for Trump, right? Both of us did not vote for Trump, right?
Right.
So when I say this, it's always, there is so much propaganda and spin coming at everybody. The whole thing you hear about, first of all, I think General Flynn is a good guy. I might not agree 100% with General Flynn, but I do think he's a good guy. Everything regarding this whole Russia thing is bullshit. So that's the one cuss word I'll use.
Oh,
it's
man.
It's a bunch of BS.
Well, you know,
you want me to use more?
Yeah.
You want me to use more? All right.
I mean, I thought you were gonna go for a double, a double whammy.
That's
some
the reverse.
But no, hey, look, that's cool, man. We good. We good.
You know what? This is what they're getting him on, and if I'm telling you, Hillary would be like on death row in San Quentin if they were going after Clinton the way they go after. This is like a non-issue because General Flynn had a phone call with a Russian diplomat. Okay, that if that's the big deal, then Henry Kissinger should be in jail right now because he has been accused by many historians of undermining the peace talks, the Paris peace talks that could have ended the Vietnam War in 1968. And he said to the South Vietnamese, well, hold on, we'll get you a better deal. You don't have to go ahead and make peace with the North. So that's considered treason by a great many people. And that actually is the definition of treason. But what happened with General Flynn is that he was under the Defense Intelligence Agency. He was the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency under President Obama. President Obama appointed him. Okay. He was very vocal against Hillary Clinton, which is one of the reasons I liked him. During
my type of guy. No.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I liked him, and he on Jake Tapper with CNN said, yeah, she should just drop out. Now, check this out. If people had listened to him, we would have had President Sanders because Bernie would have destroyed Trump. But the whole Russia thing is he spoke to a Russian diplomat. The FBI, I actually have great minds think alike. I didn't know you were going to ask me that question, but this is what I do on my spare time, Tim. I just text myself, articles about the FBI. FBI reviewed Flynn's calls with Russian ambassador, but found nothing illicit. So we got 30,000 deleted yoga emails, no doubt the most illicit you could find. You know, she deleted them with, you know, everything, bleach pit, everything in the book, all deleted. That, she was a government official. Clinton did a million times worse. They're like, well, it happens. FBI review, this was January 23rd, 2017, the Washington Post. They actually reviewed the calls. They had them on tape, apparently.
Okay.
They had the transcript. FBI reviewed Flynn's calls with Russian ambassador, found nothing illicit. There's also a photo of General Flynn with Putin, but there's a lot of pictures with Hillary and Putin. And then the second thing is that, I mean, the big issue is, and so he spoke to a Russian ambassador. Yeah.
Right.
What is supposed to happen? Hillary sold President Obama and under Hillary Clinton, Secretary of State, that's 20% of U.S. uranium capacity to Russia. They can now sell it to Iran or to North Korea to make nuclear weapons.
Right.
The issue is, if you have to believe the narrative that Russia exposed Hillary's corruption and the DNC cheating Bernie, and they were so smart that they influenced the election, and that's why Trump won. But today, I wrote an article in the Huffington Post and Counter Propa, and it was picked up by Yahoo. I said Hillary 2020, you know, it's a reality, and everyone started crying. People were crying to.
They should cry. That's something to cry about. Goodness gracious, man. And Chelsea Clinton is tweeting a lot too, man. I want the Clintons to just go away, man. Look,
they're not going away. They're never going away. Never. They're never going away ever. Ever.
Walk through one of those trap doors that P. Diddy fell through when he was performing. Hey, you know, Michael Flynn. Like, I'm looking at this guy, and okay, so he's the guy that yelled out to Obama, "You're a liar," right?
No,
that's not the guy. They said he called Obama a liar at some point. Yeah, he's a general. He's not part of the Senate. That was in the Senate, or that was in Congress.
It was a guy named Joe Wilson, I believe.
Joe Wilson, okay.
Yeah, he was a no. I wouldn't be sticking up for Michael Flynn if he was that guy. If he was that guy, I'd be like, you know, that guy can go to hell. I hated that. This was when I was crying that Obama won. I was so happy. And when he did that I think it was a Republican congressman. I think his name was Joe Wilson or something like that. And when he did that, I was like, I hated that.
But HA, okay, so people are putting out videos. I know that TYT put a video out about Michael Flynn. I didn't watch it, but I saw the hitting, right? So I'm like, okay. Then I saw a couple articles, and I'm like, okay. And I know this is like what they were asking Bernie Sanders. That's what it was. They were asking Bernie Sanders this question when they cut his mic. It was about Michael Flynn, General Flynn, about talking to Russia about sanctions and what he thought or whatever. And then they threw Trump in there saying, well, what is Trump's going to do about Flynn talking to Russia? But they have not proven, right, that Flynn discussed sanctions, or have they?
Well, Tim, that's a great point. But here's the issue. Obviously, Trump's like, Obama's sanctions are stupid. so Trump is like, he doesn't really buy the whole Russia narrative. Right. Most people, look, if you give me Russian hacker emails saying, you know, we want to mess over Hillary Clinton. Here are the emails from the DNC, Julian Assange. Here they are. And you know, send. And you print them out like we know what Neera Tanden, Robbie Mook, Podesta, Hillary Clinton, we all have their emails. They actually wrote them. We need a Russian hacker email. Apparently, they don't use email. That you can't print out what they said to Julian Assange or WikiLeaks. So give me an email. I don't want to hear the CIA said this. CIA says a lot of things. The FBI said a lot of things. The FBI said Hillary didn't have intent. She was just... you know, brain dead and didn't have the intention. She didn't know what she was doing. She was, in the wilderness someplace, hiking.
Obviously.
So, yeah. So what I'm saying is this guy's getting a raw deal, and they're trying so hard to just get Trump somehow in. It's a little bit different from, this is the thing. It's with President Obama, he experienced racism his first 3 years, like hardcore racism in terms of the birther myth that Hillary also furthered. We don't get into that, but the birther myth was completely racist. Okay. A lot of the you lie, that baloney, that was a racist thing too. Okay, because he wouldn't have done it if Obama was white. He wouldn't have said, you lie. right? That was in the State of the Union address.
That's where it was. Thank you.
Yeah. And so because of the insane Republicans and their kind of like frenzy, now Democrats, they had an FBI criminal investigation. They lost the White House. They lost the Senate and the House of Representatives, or they don't have Congress. So, and they have very, very, let's say, gullible supporters. And the entire media establishment is trying to make this out like, what did you think Trump was going to do? He said he was going to try to build a wall. He said he was going to have a ban, some kind of travel ban. These things took place. Then all these protests happen, okay, and then all these people are united, and then the same thing that got him in office, people are doing again. And if you say it, you get, I'm sure you got this many times on Twitter, Tim, you get, well, there's a bigger problem. He's in the White House now. You know, all of your unhappiness regarding what happened to Bernie, you should forget about that, or Jill Stein or whatever. It's like, I mean, you know, I'm like a broken record. I go through the same thing. Basically, with Flynn, it's a non-issue. There's nothing that he did. President Obama's sanctions against Russia, that's his personal thing. That's not like Russian. The DNC is not national security. The Democratic Party is not national security. So that was a personal thing for Hillary. He's like, okay, I'll hook you up, Hillary. I'm going to go ahead and sanction the Russians because they screwed you over. Apparently, we think.
You know what? I hear you. And those are excellent points, HA, by the way. It's just, I get this feeling, man, that the United States, or at least I would say the Democratic wing, the establishment Democrats, these people don't want us to ever like have a decent relationship with Russia. I don't understand it, why they make the Russia seem off limits, but Saudi Arabia is not off limits. Like Netanyahu, whatever, that's not off limits. Like none of the Middle East crap that we do is off limits. But if Trump, or because Flynn, I know he's been on like RT America, they're making that seem like that's a horrible thing. You know, I went on Lee Camp's show, it wasn't horrible. You've been on RT America. I was in D.C. I wasn't in the Kremlin. I was in D.C. when I did it. You know,
you were in the Kremlin, Tim.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, hey,
you called me from Moscow.
I'd love a trip somewhere. You know what I'm saying, as long as I can come back home.
Exactly.
You know, which is debatable considering our climate right now. What's going on? But dude, I'm not understanding. Like, Russia, we don't want war with Russia, or do we? Like, do they want war with Russia? Is that the truth?
I'm gonna break it down. This is exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. The whole Russia, the whole thing where we have to start this new Cold War, or Russia is now evil. Russia invaded the Ukraine under President Obama. Obama did nothing. They invaded Georgia under President Bush, two countries that border Russia. Bush did nothing, absolutely nothing, okay? Russia wants Assad in power in Syria. We spent $500 million arming 5 Syrian rebels, and the Syrian rebels now are basically, a lot of them are aligned with Al-Qaeda and ISIS. We have no plan in Syria at all. We had no interest in saving the hundreds of thousands of people who died and the millions who left Syria. We had no interest at all. It's all a bunch of baloney. Right. We could have, in 2012, tried to do something. We armed. We actually entered. We have soldiers there. Our thing is, we're fighting ISIS. The whole reason ISIS is there because we destabilized Iraq. And ISIS started in Iraq and then infiltrated into Syria. Then they had a problem there. Then Assad did some stupid things. But that was a civil war. We tried to, the neoconservatives, basically Bush's neoconservatives who started all the regime change, people like Robert Kagan and Paul Wolfowitz, all of these people, they didn't have a home anymore in the Republican Party. So they went into the Democratic Party. President Obama was in power and Hillary Clinton was in power, and they were very close. Robert Kagan has a very close relationship with Hillary Clinton. So now they fundraised for Hillary Clinton. This is in The Intercept. Their view of the world is that it's like Dungeons and Dragons, like Stratego. They have this little like map, and they like roll the dice, and they think they're so smart, but really it's human lives. 500,000 people have died already in Iraq. They've created chaos everywhere. They send Americans off. Some of these people are like, yeah, we have to be there for 35 years at least, like with a straight face, not even joking, not even we have to be there for 35 years. Look what happened with Europe. Completely different story in World War II. The neoconservative mentality is Assad has to be out, Russia has to be checked, or their power has to be mitigated. This will help us, and regime change must be implemented in the Middle East. Nothing's worked. Everything that they've wanted has not worked out. They've infiltrated Democrats. That's Clinton's, her policy was, we have to, kick Assad out. By the way, Tim, do you know who ruled against Hillary in Libya? I was reading the other day. I remember hearing this, but I was reading this. Joe Biden and Robert Gates, Defense Secretary Robert Gates, and Joe Biden both said, don't bomb Libya. Don't do it. No, don't do it.
Biden said that, huh?
But Joe Biden, and then Obama. Wow. Yeah, Obama was, I think that he was kind of like, and he's extremely intelligent. And he was like, what are we going to do? She was the deciding factor. And she said, let's do it. And the whole thing went to hell. So, I mean, it's like everything they touch turns to crap, horrible, destroys everything. And now they lost the election. Russia is a built-in, we had, 60-year Cold War, built-in, or 50-plus-year Cold War, built-in enemy. So it's a built-in enemy.
We need our enemies, though, because then we can't fund our military-industrial complex, right? Like, if we don't have that, then what do we have? Like, I guess these crony bastards, they're realizing that America doesn't have a taste for being in the Middle East anymore, so now they got to create a new boogeyman, so they're going to dust off Russia, put Russia in that place, spend the money this way, like be able to beef up in that way, because, the American people don't want us, going to war in the Middle East anymore. Is that
exactly.
That makes sense to you?
Exactly. Most people, if you ask most Democrats, why is Russia bad? Like, if they say Trump is close to Putin, why is that bad? Well, Assad. Yeah, but we're not going to kick out Assad. Like, there's no end game to any of the propaganda. So Russia is bad, but we're not going to do anything against Assad militarily. We're not going to kick him out. We're not bombing Assad. But Clinton wants Assad out. We're not doing anything militarily against Putin. What are we doing? Nothing. What did President Obama do? Nothing. What did President Bush do? Nothing. So it's just, they hear it, they're like, oh, well, that's why Hillary lost. It has to be that. It has to be, that's why.
It couldn't be just because people didn't want to vote for him.
Exactly.
Our sports analogy, once again, about the popular vote in the Electoral College, and the Electoral College is actually how you win the Super Bowl. They don't care. They want to change the rules. And keep using that on late night shows. If you don't mind, let's switch gears a little bit to Tom Perez, the DNC. I had Sam Ronan on the show today, who's running for the DNC chair. He's a millennial. He seems to be authentic, and he's one of the guys that said, "Hey, the DNC needs to own up to the fact that they rigged the primaries." And then this guy Perez, Tom Perez, former Labor Secretary for Obama, this guy, he says, you know where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
He says the same thing because he says, oh, the young guy's doing it. That's what the young people are doing. So let me reach across to the Bernie Krats and the progressives. Yeah, it was rigged. But like in 24 hours, the guy backs away and says, nah, I was just joking. I misspoke. Hillary won fair and square. So, dude, what is up with that?
The Democratic Party, this is why, Tim, I say that Trump's going to go 8 years. And I don't want Trump to go 8 years. I think that, I don't think that he knows exactly what he's doing. I don't think Trump knows exactly what he's doing, but he's doing it. He's there. And his thing is he's only supporting his base. That's it. And he's going to get reelected because of that. And Democrats don't support their base. But the thing with Tom Perez and Howard Dean, I've heard about, things like Keith Ellison. I thought Keith Ellison was like a Sam Ronan, but people are saying, oh, well, he's more establishment than you think. The Democrats they're not changing now. I thought once Trump won, they would change. Didn't you think that a little bit?
Yeah, I thought they would have to. I thought that, when it's cold outside, you put on a coat. You know, like,
Exactly.
I mean, either that or you freeze, and it appears that the Democrats are prepared to freeze their butts off, man.
And
Frostbitten. They're
fr-
prepared to lose their feet. They won't even
if
put
that
shoes on, man.
prepare to lose their ass in the cold and their feet and everything. And and
AJ.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I thought like you did, because that's one of the reasons I said, yeah, Trump is the lesser evil, because I thought that it would force the Democratic Party to evaluate, say, oh my God, like what did we do to Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein and all the people who normally vote Democrat who stayed home or voted third party or just wrote in Bernie Sanders? Or what about the 74,000 people in the Rust Belt state? That's the number, right? That people always say, well, it was just if those 74,000 people switched. I'm getting the number right? Am I, Tim?
I'm not sure, man.
Okay, it was something along the lines of 74,000 people. It was like that combined would normally voted Democrat but voted for Trump. Okay, and what people don't understand is that it wasn't Russia, the Electoral College, fake news, third-party voters. It was that they hated Hillary. They hated Hillary Clinton. They hated the Democratic Party. So they didn't need people. There are people who just do not like the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party doesn't stand for breaking up too big to fail banks or going after, or there's no anti-war movement. It's always, well, we got to send more soldiers back. There is no semblance of an anti-war movement anymore. What they did to Bernie Sanders, cheating him. So these are things within the Democratic Party that are structurally a problem. They don't want to ban fracking. Trump, if you notice, Trump's like, yeah, I'll just write another executive order. I'm cool with that. No problem. It's like,
Yeah.
20 courts are like, no, you can't do it. It's not possible, not possible. He's like, I don't care. I'll write another one. Whatever. And his base loves him. And his base is like, this guy is God. Everything they're doing, people are saying this guy's crazy, all this stuff. Oh my God, he's a big problem. He's going to get impeached. He's not getting impeached. He's doing everything he does is to appease his base, and they absolutely love him.
Yeah, they do. They're ecstatic about the fact that he's doing stuff, he's getting stuff done, and Democrats hate to admit it, but I'm sure they're looking and going, why come Obama couldn't have been so, ballsy when he had the opportunity? Why was he waiting around? Like, Trump's not even trying to run stuff through Congress, and he has Congress.
Exactly.
He owns both houses, and he's like, well,
he's like, I don't need that stuff. And he's going to write another one. There's talk that his executive order was struck down. He's like, I'll write another. What do I care?
See you in court.
Yes. See you in court. Exactly.
Trump lives in court, though. To keep it real, he loves court.
He
sued like Bill Maher over Bill Maher making a joke about him being descendant from an ape or something.
That was stupid.
God, man, like I don't know, man. Like I'm listening to these guys still talking. People are always asking. They're still asking. HJ, Justice Democrats. Lee Camp hit me up. He's talking about this new party where they're gonna try to get Bernie, going to recruit Bernie and nominate him, and there are a lot of different. There's a lot of different stuff swirling around right now.
I'm warming up to them. I just, my thing is, I don't want to do anything to stop anything positive. I think that what they're doing is really good. I guess like we talked about, the only thing is, will they vote for, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren at the end of the day? Because I'm not going to.
What's wrong with Elizabeth Warren? I thought she persistent lady. She's the one who kept talking when they told her to stop. She's so courageous.
Yeah.
She was such courage.
She didn't talk about Dakota Access. She didn't talk about Bernie. She is now the establishment. She used to be amazing. She used to be somebody who, you know how amazing Elizabeth Warren was? She was so amazing that she went after Obama in 2014 and said, this spending bill is written by Citigroup. And then you know what Citigroup did? They're like, we're not funding the Democrats anymore. And then, they were like, if you do one more thing, we're not funding Democrats. Then Democrats, they got like scared. They're like, oh, the spending bill passed, but they actually wrote part of it. And Elizabeth Warren was a champion then. She really was. But now she's establishment. So, and she doesn't talk about making too big to fail banks anymore. Like all the things that made them so great, they don't talk about anymore.
Dude, so. She gets credit for doing stuff I do on Twitter every day for free. She gets credit for like calling Trump out or calling someone out on Twitter or saying something, and people go, "Oh wow!" I was like, "We do that. We tweet." Like she talked about the Dakota Access Pipeline like in a closet. She like didn't get out and really talk about it. She's like, "Yeah, I'm for the people, but let's keep that on the low."
Yeah,
because I don't want any problems. No. So,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to keep an open mind with what people are trying to do. Like I agree with you, man. Why hurt a movement? Why come down on people who might have their heart in the right place? And I believe, like fundamentally, I believe they do have their hearts in the right place. Like they do want something better, even So I'll leave it at that with that. God, man. So Michael Flynn, Tom Perez. DNC, we don't know. Man, what the hell is Donna Brazile still doing at the DNC? What the hell is that, man?
Well, I mean, there's an article also. Debbie Wasserman-Schultz, her career is like flourishing.
What?
Yeah, it's not working, Tim. What I thought would happen in terms of looking in the mirror and them asking, well, why did correct the record help or hurt? Did attacking, calling people sexist and racist and all these things, did that hurt Democrats?
Know what it is? It's freaking Hollywood, man. It's freaking Hollywood, man. It's all these. It's Hollywood. It's these paid pundits. It's the Van Jones who God he get a show. It's Van Jones and all these types, man, that are coming out making excuses and trying to blame it on something else. And the people who aren't educated, not informed, they're just buying a hook and sinker, brother. They're just gobbling it up. They see the Democrats as being. They first of all, they had to sell really hard that Trump is the devil. He's the evil. They're selling that extra hard, so that's helping them. And now they're making the Democrats be positioned like we're the people, we're for the people. And if you're, and we're the ones who got your back, not realizing that they're the ones with the knife. Yeah, they had our back. They had a knife in our back for the last 8 years.
Let me tell you, Trump voters, and I can tell you, Trump voters love Trump more than Democratic voters are afraid of Trump. And listen, there are a lot of Democrats afraid of Trump. That's true.
Right.
But what he's doing right now and the Republicans, they're liars. Don't trust, those Republicans who are like, I'm a conservative, but I don't really like Trump. He's just too out there. They're lying. They love him. They're lying.
Why do you say they're lying, AJ?
Because they are such liars. They are, who loves these people? Like the Bob Seskas and the Joan Walshes of the world. They're like, oh, well, these are honest Republicans, and they know that Trump is just too out there. No, they love Trump because Trump, the conservative value system is build the wall. They've been wanting to build a wall for a long time, since George W. Bush. They want to build a wall. They don't like Islam, and I disagree with that. I love Islam. I love any religion. I'm cool with, but I don't like Islamophobia. The Republican Party, it has Islamophobia. They have a nativist viewpoint on immigration. They've always wanted to build a wall. What else? A lot of the things that Trump talks about in terms of foreign policy, a lot of the neocons are still there, but a lot of what Trump stands for, what he's trying to do, that's mainstream Republican Party. Even the people, 53% of white women, for example, a lot of the white female Republicans, CNN was talking about this, and Hillary Clinton was so proud of this. They were like, we're going to get all those white female Republicans that are going to vote for Clinton because Trump is so crazy and he grabs people where, and he's a crazy, evil person. No, didn't happen. Russia, the Russians, white women, convinced white women to vote for Trump. But Trump he's a lot smarter than the Washington Post thinks he is. Trump he's on his way right now, unless he has a huge scandal. And even then, it's a toss-up. He's on his way to winning 2020. And in 2018, I don't really know what Democrats, because there's a fracture right now. The Democratic Party is not unified. There are the Tom Perez people, and then there's the Sam Ronan people. So, there's how many times the past week have you been accused? You got us Trump. Tim Black got us Trump. H.A. Goodman got us Trump.
Dude, anything I say that's critical at all in any way about the Democratic Party, like, and I'm not just talking about people on the internet. I mean people in the real world. Like I showed my wife a video of that I just did about the Hollywood celebs, the Grammys, right? Now, and I was very critical of these guys coming out. And I feel that they are hijacking our movements. They're hijacking our causes, things we care about, things we've been fighting for, I should say, for years. And they're just throwing it against the wall because now it's bash Trump time, right? So I don't appreciate you taking real causes that people have been in the trenches fighting for or fighting against issues, and you're just using it as fodder. Like, what is Busta Rhymes doing talking about Trump is evil? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you know about politics? What do you know about policies? And if you knew anything about policies, Katy Perry, what are you talking about? What do you guys actually know? And it's like, well, Tim, people, this really sounds like you support Trump. I'm like, no, I support the truth. And as a person who's a commentator / activist / writer / host, whatever the hell I am, as a person who's informed, dude, I know for a fact a lot of the crap that they're complaining about has been going on for years. It didn't start last month. So, as you said this many a times, H.A., on this show, all the black people that were shot in the streets under Obama, Obama never got blamed for it.
No.
But if there is a death in the streets, if there's an Eric Garner, a Tavis, gosh, man. If
Trayvon Martin, yeah,
Trayvon Martin. If there is what's the little boy? I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now. What's the little boy who got shot? Goodness gracious. That's bad, man. All right. If that happens...
In Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, in Cleveland, Ohio, man. The guy shot him in 3 seconds. Look, man, if that happens...
Well, John Crawford is the gentleman who got shot.
Yeah, John Crawford.
That was in Walmart.
Dylan Roof, any of this stuff. Look, even better, if Dylan Roof happens again, right?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Well, they're going to blame Trump.
Yeah.
They will blame Trump for it. So I'm saying these issues have been going on. People have been silent. So they don't get a gold star now, HA, for coming out and oh, now I'm brave. I'm courageous now. Here comes Jennifer Lopez. I'm active. I want to be, I want to speak on politics. And it's just become a trendy thing to do. It's become the thing to do. It's become the way to get ahead. I know because my show is popular enough where I've invited celebrities on the show who've told me they can't come on the show because of the political climate.
Yep.
That's what they said. They didn't say, they already knew about the show. They liked the show. They watched the show. They can't come on the show because of the climate. But what they can do is not those particular people, but other people, they can go on TV and bash Trump. So they have a license to bash Trump, but they could never speak about Obama. You get what I'm saying? So I get that Absolutely. All the time, and it really fires me up, HA, because these issues, like I said, these issues need to be addressed, but don't use them. It's like they're using the problems in this country, brother, to pad their wallets, HA. They're using it to get ahead. And it's not that I'm defending Trump. I'm just pissed about it.
Exactly. And to anyone watching who has a problem with me or with you, just ask why Elizabeth Warren is reading Coretta Scott King, and how much did she talk about Ferguson or Baltimore? What did she say during Ferguson or during Baltimore? How about nothing? How about she didn't say hardly anything, and definitely wasn't a national. She got headlines for being told to stop talking when she was reading that passage about Jeff Sessions. Yeah. But she never went ahead and spoke out, especially when Black Lives Matter was protesting. They actually, like I always bring up, they had a memo saying don't offer Black Lives Matter concrete policy solutions.
Right.
And it's people they don't get it. They don't understand that being unified with people like, let's say, Cory Booker, who actually had joint legislation with Jeff Sessions. It's still on his website. It's still on Cory Booker's website. The legislation passed to honor Selma marchers.
Civil rights, right?
Okay, civil rights marchers. So he was okay with Jeff Sessions then, but now he's really not. They're the biggest. The Democratic Party is the biggest bunch of hypocrites, and at least I think the Republicans are, they're all over the place, and Trump's all over the place. He's not a great leader. He's just doing what he has to do. He's hooking up the people who hooked him up, but at least he's loyal. I'm not saying I'm not saying I like him. I'm not saying I'll vote for him. I'm voting for, Bernie Sanders, Nina Turner, Tulsi Gabbard, and that's it. And I'd like Sam Ronan to be DNC. And I don't care if it's like Trump could win re-election. I'm not voting for anybody who I consider to be establishment, neocon, won't break up banks, won't ban fracking, won't do all those things.
Man, we have to break the system in order to rebuild
Exactly.
the system the way it needs to be. People don't get it. They're like, oh, no, you can't do that, Tim Black. No, HA. No, HA. No, it's going to be your fault. People are going to get hurt. People been getting hurt for 2 decades, 3 decades. The Democratic Party continues to pimp black folks. Black folks for votes. People complained that a couple stars went up to see Trump. No one complained. I was one of the few black people complaining when Hillary Clinton carted out Trayvon Martin's mother and Sandra Bland's wife, and on the stage with her and did the same thing, did much worse. Oh, look at these poor mothers. No one, so guys, keep it real. So all I'm trying to do is keep it real. But goodness gracious, guys, if you bail out the Democrats, then you're going to be the reason why we get another 30 years of basically one party. You understand? Forget a duopoly. We got a unopoly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And these guys aren't political activists. These guys are publicity activists. Publicity tactivists. Publicity tactics activists. That's what they are.
Yep.
And they dilute messages that matter to people. Talking about no DAPL. You weren't out there with my friends out there protesting. I forget her name. What's her name? Who got locked up? You weren't there with her, Katy Perry, whatever your name is. You weren't there. But anyway, I'm pissed off. I'm going off the rails.
No, I agree
100%
100% with you.
What are some whatever's hot while we still got a couple minutes? What's hot that you wanted to talk about, man? Anything else? I know you got some stuff.
I tell you, I have my new publication out. It's called Counterpropa.
Yeah.
And it's doing great. And I just the article that I wrote yesterday in Counterpropa is in the Huffington Post, and actually Yahoo picked it up also. And it's Hillary 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. So, and real quick before I go, I'll just leave it at this. Nothing vindicates you and nothing vindicates me better than all the people who are saying, oh, Trump's crazy, Russia, fake news, sexism, Bernie Bros, WikiLeaks, everything. Why don't we do Hillary 2020? No, we can't do that. We can't do that. No, how dare you? No, even the Washington Post was like, this is a bad idea. She shouldn't run. And the Washington Post did everything humanly possible to get her elected. And even they're like, maybe we should just not do this anymore. So they're like, everyone is like, and you know what? Some people are getting. It's funny. This is like, it's like a new dimension now. Hillary supporters were getting mad at me for saying that Hillary would run again. And generally, if someone told me Bernie Sanders would run again, I would like kiss that person. I just thank you, I'm so happy.
Right.
For me saying that Hillary would run again,
so they're getting mad at you for saying
they're like,
she will run.
They say, "How dare you say she's running? She's not running. You're crazy." But wait, I thought you wanted to run. I thought that she was supposed to be the rightful leader, the rightful president.
Wow.
They're all crazy now. It's come full circle, and now everybody. I used to write these articles in 2015, even 2014, and then 2016 in the Huffington Post and Salon and The Hill. And I used to write, and people would say, "That's clickbait. That's clickbait." And today, the same articles, the same type of headlines are in the Washington Post and in an Esquire and all this. Hillary shouldn't run. She's not, that's a bad idea.
Right.
I used to write that. And then people would say, no, yeah, that's crazy of you. Yeah.
Right.
Now it's come full circle. And honestly, anytime somebody tries to troll you, just say Pelosi Schumer 2020 or Hillary 2020.
I would say that, HA, but sadly, I believe that some of them would stand up and clap. They are that delusional,
they're
brother.
like Pelosi, yes, Pelosi Schumer, yes, that's so great. Woo! That's a fantastic idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Bring on the austerity. bring on. You know what I'm saying? Bring on the empty coffers.
Yep.
In full confidence. Man, look, H.A. Goodman, man, thank you for tuning in, guys. You know where to find H.A. Goodman and all his website, counterpropa.com, right?
Yep. H.A. Goodman on YouTube, counterpropa.com. Tim, thank you. You have a wonderful week. Thank you so much.
You do the same thing, man. Give it up for my man, H.A. Goodman, guys. Find him on Twitter. You see the name tag on the bottom at H.A. Goodman Author. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you, H.A. You the man, you the man, you the man. All right, guys. Wow. Another great show with my friend H.A. Goodman, guys. All over the place a little bit. My bad. It's just, I'm pumped up, man. I'm on the caffeine. I haven't eaten today. I've been reading these articles. I do want to add this, and it's something interesting. I'm going to put this question out there into the ether. Let you guys take a look at it. I was watching Piers Morgan on Bill Maher, right? I was watching a clip, and I think that's the show. He said it on another show. Anyway, Piers Morgan made a statement about Trump's Muslim ban / travel ban. Y'all figure that out. You fight amongst yourself about what name we want to give it. He said, well, you need to look at Europe, because Europe has some very big problems due to immigration. I'm just getting up to speed on Europe's issue. I know a guy by the name of Tommy Davison was going to come on my channel. Then he found out I was, wanting rights for people who were Muslim, and he didn't want to come on the channel. But you guys let me know exactly what's going on with Europe. I'm hearing some things about some issues that are concerning, right? So Piers Morgan, here was his statement. This is what he said, and I'll get to as close to verbatim as possible. He said, I'm against Trump's implementation of his idea, but his healthy, he didn't use the word fear, but healthy concern about who's coming into the country from these places is not without some credibility. Okay, so I get a lot of mail from people who are left, right, center, nothing. People who are just, I don't claim anything. They just talk, okay? So here's my thing, guys. Is it possible that there is room for us to be careful because we are angering the world due to our activities in foreign lands, in nations that happen to have Muslims, brown people, these people, right? Is it possible we should be careful? Is there a reason to suspect that we are generating more and more terrorists right now? And is Trump right to say we need to be careful, but wrong in how he implemented the careful thing? Like maybe he could have just made stricter guidelines or not suspended people with visas, with legal visas. So anyway, guys, give me your thoughts on that because I think it's very interesting. Also, I'm doing a follow back on Betsy DeVos. Not on her credibility, not on her actual experience level, because we know that is nil, right? But on the idea of vouchers. I BS you not. Someone stopped me today and they said, Tim, I want to talk to you about vouchers. And they told me about their child. And they said, well, hey, my son needs to go to this school. He needs to go to a better school. He needs to go to a charter school. He needs to go to an academy. I have also, last week, I got contacted by a man, a veteran who wants to start an academy in Detroit, and he wants to take these inner city kids who are at risk and give them opportunity to learn some discipline, to put them in a controlled environment with people that can handle them and instruct them and guide them as young men need by strong, firm men who can help do that. Some things that may help positively impact their lives. So here's my thing. Here's my thing after all that, guys. Here's the thing. Is there room for a little bit of everything? Now, me personally, I feel that we need to put the money in the public schools, but people keep telling me, Tim, we've been putting money in the public schools. We've been putting more money in the public schools than ever, and the public schools are not getting better. Then I hear this other side of the argument that says, well, you know what? Charter schools aren't much better. Most of them not much better than the public schools, so why are we splitting up the pie? So really, guys, I'm going to need your help, because on both of these issues, I see that it's not black nor white. It's in the middle. It's like tan, right? If it's possible. And yeah. But I feel unmoved on, it's not about Betsy DeVos if you support her or not, okay? The question is, if you live in an area where the schools suck because the school district sucks, because the tax money, right, because that's where the money comes for the school, sucks, and they're not putting that money, when they put the money into the school, because of these huge bureaucracies, it's not getting to the kids, or this teachers union stuff. Like, I support helping the schools, the public schools, because I figure that makes sense. Who's against helping public schools? And if you can't give everyone a voucher, some people will be left out and still have to go to the school that's underfunded. So that's my logic on it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. All right? That's it. That's a lot, right? I had a lot on my mind. I'm doing my research. I'm doing my reading. Keep sending your emails, right? Send them to tim@timblacktv.com. I do read them, okay? Had a great call today with my friend Ben. Ben, I don't know, I don't want to say his last name. Great call, Ben. It was great to do that. I will be doing that more often, calling fans and having conversations with them just to catch up, just to chop it up a little bit, just to show that I'm not a pundit. I'm your brother. All right, guys, that's it. Go to timblacktv.com. Subscribe to everything. Find me on Twitter, Facebook. It's Real Tim Black. More content on the way. We have more guests coming up this week. We got a lot of people. I can't even remember the days I got scheduled right now. Watch my content on YouTube and share it. I need it out there into the blogosphere, into the internets. Shout out once again to my friend H.A. Goodman. You guys stay safe. I'll see you on the next video. Any comments? What's going on? Oh, there he is. Always. My brother Always. All right, guys. Hey, did anybody... Who hooked me up, man? Not a single one. Hey, guys. You can click on the $sign and give a brother $1 and make it holler. I get, you know what? Next time. Next time. All right? It's okay. Rookie mistake. This time, hey, Tim, we got to get used to it. But next time, you'll hook me up, right? You got my back? All right. Hashtag keep your cornbread. Hashtag nobody take no cornbread from me. Can we do that one?
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
There you go, y'all. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shout out to Sam Ronan for being a great guest, for leaving it, well, I should say putting it down, picking it up, dropping it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like guests to just let it fly. All right? Speak your mind, tell the truth. None of that sugarcoating. Tell me where you're coming from. That's what I like. So shout out to Sam Ronan. Go see Sam Ronan or find Sam Ronan on Twitter. Sam Ronan for DNC. Ronan FOR DNC. There you go. Peace. Man, I'm telling you, I'm on fire, man. This is what happens, man, when all you drink is coffee all day. You get a little punchy. I'm a little punchy. You guys good? All right.